What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Hopefully, you guys made it out last night alive. It was wild. Somehow, I got there at the end off an Alex Dickerson grand slam to turn a profit on the day. But I was big on the Yankees. Not what you want, but was pretty anti-Andrew Heaney at that ownership. So that fade is actually what made it a profitable day for me. And hopefully you guys had some ways to the promise. I also had plenty of Orioles stacks, Giant stacks. So it is what it is. Like, we didn't go all in on the Yankees, but it was a sour start to the night when the Yankees were getting no hit by Jorge Lopez. What are you gonna do? So when the Yankees go back into the clubhouse, they sulk and they're like, "It's all right. Tomorrow we've got our ace on the mound. We'll go right back at it." And then Aaron Boone drops a bomb in the post-game presser. Garrett Cole has COVID. The big Rona. He's out for at least 2 starts, right? 10 days is like the min to be out. So that's going to shake up, fan standpoint. It's also going to shake up the slate quite a bit. Because we do have a 15 game for FanDuel and DraftKings, and there's not a lot of strong pitching for every team in the league to be on the slate. Hopefully, as we do some more diving later into this afternoon in the live stream, which I'm sure you'll be at right here in this channel, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Oh, what if I forget? Well, in the top comment below this video, I put a link there so you can click the video. You can click remind me. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be there. We'll do that afternoon research session. Maybe some more pitchers open up a little bit and we get a little bit more confident. But right now, it's a pretty top-heavy conversation in terms of guys I have somewhat level of comfort and confidence in. And we're going to talk about that. This is your first look in this video. What I'm trying to accomplish: 2 pitchers to start my slate with, 3 hitters, 2 stacks. Get your mind kind of churning for the day, and then we come back this afternoon for a little research session. You got that? Capiche? Hey, before we go forward, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And yesterday, I challenged you guys to drop some home run calls. Didn't get it. Doing it again today. Comments below. Tell me, who do you think is going to hit a bomb today? If you guys hit tomorrow's video, I'll feature your comment. It's that simple. It's awesome. Like, get that clout, as we say. Anyway, quick run through of what we're expecting today. 15 game slate. Everyone's on the slate. Phillies at the Nationals. Zach Wheeler projected starter against Patrick Corbin. Phillies a 4.6 run total. Nats 3.5. Pretty low run total there, all things considered. Orioles at the Yankees. Right now, it is about 2 a.m. where I'm at, 3 a.m. Eastern. Yankees have an implied run total 5.9, and they're minus 320 favorites. I think this is going to change dramatically, and I'm sure a couple books probably have it offline as of now with no Garrett Cole. What is expected to happen is Nestor Cortez Jr. probably starts for the Yankees. He's a really good pitcher, but he's a little bit more of a gimmick pitcher than his strikeout numbers suggest. I'll talk about that later. But basically, his swing and strike rate, I think on the season's below 10%, but he changes his angles, his delivery, stuff like that. He's very deceptive, and a lot of that's based off of coming out and getting those lanes. But we have seen him be a starter. He went up to like 79 pitches in his last outing, and he's only 7K today. Just something to think about. Orioles 3.2 implied run total. I already posted in the RunDFS.com premium Discord. If you want in on that, RunDFS.com. Get signed up. But I told the boys, hey man, if you guys get this 3.2 run total, you might want to take it because it's Yankee Stadium. That's a chip in the chair. So already on that one. We also got the Indians and the Blue Jays on today's slate. Zach Plesac taking on Hunyin Ryu. That is up there in Rogers Center. Blue Jays 5.1 implied run total. Indians 3.5. Mets at the Marlins. I think I got Braxton Garrett from where it stands now as the pitcher for the Marlins, lefty. And then Taijuan Walker for the Mets. Moving forward, the Rays are hosting the Seattle Mariners. You say Kikuchi, I say Kakachi. It's different. It's fine. Luis Patino pitching for the Rays, 4.5 run total for them. The Mariners just 3.6. That's really low. Really low, but Tropicana be Tropicana dough. Let's go to not Tropicana, Great American Ballpark. We got the Reds hosting the Twins, Kenta Maeda versus Tyler Mahle. Mahle's at 10K, Maeda's at 8K. You know my feelings on Great American Ballpark. That's where pitchers go to die. It can get crazy. Reds off a day of rest. Joey Votto's moved to 5.6K after the best week of his career. I'm curious to see where you guys are at on that one. A lot of high price tags on the Reds today, but it is one of the most homer-friendly parks in the game. Another game on the slate, Red Sox at the Tigers. Red Sox 5.4 implied run total. Tigers 4.7. Garrett Richards versus Willie Peralta. We'll do some more digging on Richards later. There's been a couple games where they're trying to change this pitch repertoire. You guys know Willie Peralta, pure contact guy. Angels at the Rangers. Angels have been kind of holding out on announcing starting pitchers. Yesterday, it was a late okey doke. They gave us, was it Richard Rodriguez? Something like that. So we don't know if Ohtani, from where it is now, if he's going to pitch. If he does pitch, I'm sure he'll enter the chat and be somebody we consider as a play, and I kind of hope he does because it's slim pickings right now. And then Jordan Lyles expected to be the starter for the Rangers. Rangers implied run total 4.1. Angels 4.6. Royals at the White Sox. Royals a 3.7 implied run total. The White Sox 5.4. White Sox currently a minus 203. They do get a lefty, but it's a back-to-back start for both pitchers in that one. And there might be some recency bias and immediate familiarity. Familiar words. English is a hard language. Pirates at the Brewers. Max Kranick up against Adrian Hauser. Pirates just a 3.5 run total right now. 5.6 for the Brew Crew. And then the Braves taking on the Cardinals. Max Fried up against John Lester. Low run total for this one. I think it's a product of Busch Stadium. It's a pitcher-friendly park. But Braves sitting at 4.5. They got a pretty nice lineup that I don't mind dabbling with the O right now. But maybe we'll talk about that more on tonight's slate. Or on this afternoon's live stream. Cubs at the Rockies. Coors Field is on the slate, and it's only in the mid-70s out there in Coors. Rockies have a 6.3 implied run total. Kyle Freeland pitching for them. Cubs got Zach Davies toeing the slab. They got a 5.3 implied run total. So we're about 11.5 for the game. Cubs have been pretty watered down. Rockies have been pretty watered down. These are two not great teams, but you get contact pitchers. You get Coors Field. Bad things happen to good people. It is what it is. We'll talk about that game a little bit more in depth on the live stream this afternoon. Padres at the Athletics. I don't have an Athletics pitcher yet, but they're minus 190 favorites. Let me double check on that. Let me see if DraftKings listed one. Because what I'm looking at right now doesn't have one listed. Oakland. They got Sean Manaea. Okay, Sean Manaea against San Diego. The Tatis-less San Diego Padres. That might be an interesting debate to be digging through later on today. Giants at the Diamondbacks. Johnny Cueto taking on Madison Bumgarner. Giants a 5.3 implied run total. The D-backs 4.3. And then your main event tonight. If you're a real baseball fan, I'm ready for this Dodger Stadium crowd. If you're going to the game, show up and show out, man. Let Jose Altuve hear it. Lance McCullers Jr. up against Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler might enter the chat in the conversation for Cy Young. I think Zach Wheeler's up there. But Walker Buehler puts together a strong finish here. We know DeGrom's down, and there's... it could be a thing. Anyway, Astros just a 3.5 run total. That's interesting as a bet because they have been one of the highest WRC plus road teams in the league. They might actually be the highest. And the Dodgers 4.6. So I definitely expect the atmosphere of that game to be thick and fun to watch. That's what we're expecting today. Let's get into the two pitchers, 3 bats, and 2 stacks to get us started, and then we'll come back this afternoon. The first guy I want to talk about pitching is Zach Wheeler. I mean, this becomes borderline a no-brainer at this point. He's 9,700 on DraftKings. We go to the RunDFS.com MLB VIP spreadsheet. He is 10.7K on FanDuel. Maybe the debate's a little bit thicker there. However, every team on the slate, there's going to be plenty of value, plenty of mispriced guys to kind of fit in and overpay for a little safety. I'm cool with that if you believe in safety in this matchup. Nationals, a little bit more watered down. Obviously, he's going to have to deal with Juan Soto, Josh Bell. But around those two, very beatable, less than menacing bats, right? A bunch of 100 ISOs or less. And I definitely think Zach Wheeler, he's going to be pitching with a little bit more incentive down the stretch. That NL East with the top of the division kind of wide open. And like I said, the Cy Young race in the National League and even the MVP race got a little funky with Tatis, Acuna, and DeGrom all getting sidetracked here, there's a path for a strong couple starts for Zach Wheeler to finish the season, and who knows, maybe he might surprise some people. But let's talk about the pluses here. Zach Wheeler 276 xFIP to lefties, a 32% K rate, 2.71 xFIP to righties, almost 30% K rate. Keeps the ball in the park, keeps the ball on the ground. A good spot for him, and his offense does get Patrick Corbin, sizable favorite, -171. That's probably where I'm starting at pitcher, and we'll move up or down from there. And then it got ugly. It took me a minute to come up with a second name to start with here, but I'm gonna go land on Dylan Cease. Cease and desist. Dylan Cease is 8,400 on DraftKings. I'm kind of looking for that 16 to 20 median range outcome with a little bit of hope for upside. Well, at home this season, Dylan Cease averaging 22 DKP. It is a back-to-back start against KC. He's only averaging 16 DKP a game against KC, so there's definitely some risk involved in this one. But the options are odd. So I was looking for a little bit of salary retrieval as an SP2 on DK, and Cease gives me a 31% K rate to lefties and a 27.4% K rate to righties, keeping the ball mostly in the park. Just a 1.14 home run per nine at home this season, just a 212 average allowed, and a 31% K rate at home. The xFIP a little too close to 4 than you would like, but 8,400, I'm willing to kind of put some money into him getting into this lane, this projected lane of Salvi, Benintendi, Dozier, Ryan O'Hearn, and Michael A. Taylor. That's where the strikeouts could really pop their head up. Salvi, since the beginning of last year, 27%, Benintendi, 22%, 26% on Hunter Dozier, 27% on Ryan O'Hearn, and 27.5% for Michael A. Taylor. So if he can get to that lane and keep his pitch count low for these other pesky guys, kind of dig him for 20 plus DKP in this spot, and that's where I'm looking at there. We will go really in depth on every pitcher at 3 p.m. on the live stream, but that's kind of where I'm starting. Now let's go talk about some bats. Let's go up to the catcher position on DraftKings, and let's talk about JT Realmuto. He is just 3K on FanDuel. This is one of those discrepancies I'm noticing between the sites. Every day it seems like DraftKings has a guy that I like that is at like 5K or better, and then I can peek over on FanDuel and get him for scraps, 27, 3K. Yesterday, Joey Gallo, Alex Dickerson, guys like that, and I wasn't getting them for the value or the good price point on DraftKings. I think Realmuto fits the bill. First of all, people just don't force catchers into their lineups because you don't have to, and it's a generally frowned upon position. But as you're seeing, catchers can hit bombs with the best of them. Jonah Heim had a 4-game or 3-game homer streak, double dong. Sebi Zavala, like, catchers can be sneaky. They can get you over the hump. But JT Realmuto is not a punt. This guy is a world-class bat. A 288 batting average against lefties since the beginning of last year. 219 ISO, 874 OPS. And he steals bases. I mean, his floor is pretty doggone high, and I like this spot. I like this matchup. I might even talk about the Phillies a little bit more later. 2 hits in his last game against the Nats, 1 run, 2 ribbies, and a walk. And you're seeing in his last 10 games, we've got, 2 steals, we got a homer, and we got a couple multi-hit games. I think this guy is really, really talented. I love the road spot. There has been some lineups lately where, like, Rhys Hoskins is injured and Realmuto has been high in the order. So if he's batting 3rd or 4th, I'm a buyer. Give me some Realmuto. I'll play him on both sides, but I really like the FanDuel price. Let's go talk about Aussie Albies, man. This is a matchup against John Lester. We'll scroll down in the RunDFS.com MLB VIP spreadsheet. Albies projected to bat in the top of the order, either leading off, batting second. I think he could lead off and maybe Jocko's second, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go reverse that. John Lester making his debut for the Cardinals. It's Busch Stadium. It's going to be one of the more power suppressive stadiums, but like, I think Aussie Albies, I'll take doubles from him. I think he's got the speed. He's got a 5.4 BSR rating, base running rating on the season from Fangraphs. That means he is aggressive on the base pass, and he has a really high IQ when it comes to turning singles into doubles, doubles into triples, stuff like that. Albies, 354 batting average since the beginning of last year against left-handed pitching, 266 ISO, a 997 OPS, and he doesn't strike out. Not a problem. John Lester doesn't strike people out. 13.9% K rate against righties this season. Last year, under 15%, over 5.2 to both sides of the plate. And the home run per nine, yeah, he gives those up. Over about a 2 home run per nine since the beginning of last season. That's what you want. The historical numbers for Albies against Lester put up a lot of hits. I didn't need to reference that, but it's just another checkbox in the reasons to like Albies today. He's 3,600 on FanDuel. Again, I think there's meat on the bone at 3,600 all day long, all day strong. 4,700 on DraftKings. Even then, 15-game slate. I'm okay. These 4K bats are going to be pretty accessible, all things considered. He's got a 408 bomb detector rating. Anything over 4, I like, and it's John Lester. I like this spot, and if he's going to be, in front of Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley, Adam Duvall, Jorge Soler, all these guys against a contact lefty, there's definitely potential for him to get on base, swipe a bag, get a run, hit a double. Like, I like this spot, so I'm in there on Aussie Albies. The last bat I want to talk about, I feel kind of cheap. I brought him up yesterday. It was all right. Hit a walk, a run, didn't give you 0. How about Chris Bryant? 4,200 on FanDuel, 5K on DraftKings. Since the beginning of last year, he's batting .311 against left-handed, hitting a .316 ISO. When you think about Chris Bryant's last 2 seasons, there's a lot of he's kind of fallen off. But really, against lefties, he's been just fine. Matter of fact, he's been great. A 1. OPS, that's what you want, and a 4.4 bomb detector rating today. That's good. Why? Because he's facing Madison Bumgarner. I know what you're saying, gun. Bumgarner's fixed himself ever since he came back from the IL. He's good now. Look at this. 20.8 against the Rangers. 20 against the Cubs. That had Chris Bryant on it. 7 against the Pirates. Well, that's 3 starts since then. Let's kind of read between the tea leaves. So first of all, this will show you the results, right? Just 4 ground balls against the Texas Rangers, 12 fly balls, 6 against the Pirates, 7. Like, the Rangers and the Pirates, those are some of the easiest strength of schedule teams you can throw out for a lefty. And then the Cubs are the Cubs. 4-4, 6 Ks here, and he did allow just 2 hits. But I think every dog has this day, and a broken clock is right twice a day. Now let's go look at the underlying advanced metrics for these last couple starts. The line drive rate, 33% against the Pirates, 38.5% against the Cubs. The xFIP was 3.85 in that Cubs game, 5.61 in the Pirates game, 5.76 in the Rangers game. The Sierra, 5.8 and 6 the last 2 games. Oh, and how about hard contact? He's been one of the perennial league leaders in hard contact rate, 43% the last 2 games. I like Chris Bryant quite a bit, and I'll be back to talk about Madison Bumgarner in a bit. But give me Chris Bryant, give me some Aussie Albies, give me some JT Realmuto, kind of spread out the bats, get exposure to a couple offenses I like, and we're going to circle back to 2 of those offenses while we're here. The Giants, this is going to be one of the stacks I'm on today. D-backs throwing mad bum, backing them up with a really, really bad bullpen. The Giants are fighting it, right? That NL West is Giants, Dodgers, Padres. Every win matters, and this is a squad. And I've already been a proponent of the Cinderella stack for the Giants. Austin Slater, Donovan Solano if he cracks the lineup, Darren Ruff, who we know exists only to swing a bat against left-handed pitchers. And then, of course, now you throw Chris Bryant in the mix. You might get a Buster Posey. I don't see Posey in his projected lineup. I wonder if he would be in the lineup. It'd be fun to watch him against his old pitcher. So if Posey cracks the line, I think this Giants team is going to be pretty fun today and in a good spot. Implied run total on the Giants right now sitting at 5.3. I think the matchup's fine. I think Mad Bone's been getting pretty doggone lucky. If we put some more context to these numbers the last couple games, let's pull up the advanced. The BABIP 190, 333 is good, 083. I just think he's really on the lucky side right now, and I think regression should come eventually against not the Rangers, against not the Pirates. Knock, knock, it's the Giants. I'm in on the Giants stack today. And lastly, the other stack I want to talk about. I didn't want to be cheap and give you Yankees or Coors Field. Let's go back to, I already like JT Realmuto. The reason I like Realmuto is Patrick Corbin's throwing baseballs today. That's a good time for all, right? He's been pretty solid against lefties, admittedly, but against righties this season and even back to last season, an average around 300, right? 321 last season, 292 this season. Strikeout rate under 20% this year, 16% to righties, and a 1.91 home run per nine. I believe this is a back-to-back start for Corbin against the Phillies, and I think the Phillies kind of had their way with him. Yeah, they dropped 11 runs on him last game, 5 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 3 homers, 9 fly balls there. He's going to allow power, and power is what you want. And the thing about the Philly stack is I don't need to get rid of Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper bats 281 against lefties since the beginning of last year, 246 ISO, 914 OPS. Yeah, he'll strike out too, but his power numbers are still there for me to get behind him. And Bryce Harper, also a sneaky stolen base guy lately. I think since the break, he's got one of the higher amount of bases stolen. So you can sign me up for a combination of Harper, Realmuto. If Hoskins cracked the lineup, I'm in. Alec Boehm, I don't hate. Gene Segura, I don't hate. Like, there's some bats here I can get behind. And yesterday we saw Travis Jankowski lead off for the Phillies. I don't know if that's the plan here on a lefty-lefty thing, but Jankowski is a speedster. If you haven't seen him, he looks like a hippie, but he's got some speed to him. So if he gets on base, he's pretty cheap on both sides, $100 above mid price on FanDuel. Swipe a bag, if he draws a walk, a hit by pitch, get the first, steal second, get drove in. He's kind of satisfied that price point. So Phillies, Giants, 2 teams that I'm looking at early on to start my slate. Where are you guys at? Don't forget to leave your home run calls in the comments below, and be back today, this channel, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Link in the description below. Click the video. You can hit the thumbs up right away if you want to. You're going to love it. And then hit that notification. Get that reminder. I appreciate you guys. As always, it's going to be a big night. Lots of baseball. So we'll try and navigate, have some fun. And like I said, if you guys want to go above and beyond, you want access to the spreadsheets to expedite your daily research process and access to the RunDFS.com premium Discord, get into that pre-log voice chat, talk some strategy, get access to my player pool, go to RunDFS.com, get signed up. I'll see you guys later today. I love you guys. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money. Channel memberships are live. If you've got love for me, I got love for you. Earn your status as a baller, legend, or Hall of Famer, and get exclusive perks in this channel, like members-only video content, live streams, and rock those custom emojis and badges next to your name that you can flex in every comment section on this channel or in our live stream live chats. Memberships are the best way to show love for me, show love for the content, and make sure more content comes your way.